Good evening, and welcome to Power Up 365, powering up your business, powering up your life. How are you guys doing this evening? So, I'm wondering how your businesses are going, and have you had some challenges? Maybe like everyone else. I've been hearing everyone else has had challenges, and what is the biggest challenge you're hearing right now is what's the future of my business looking like, and should I cut expenses? And today, one of the biggest expenses that people focus on is what? The biggest expense that people focus on is their people. So they want to retrench their people. That's the first thing you go. You go and you look at a mine, you go look at a business, engineering company. They're always looking at what's the first place to cut expenses. And they're always going for the people. And this is so funny because your people are your biggest asset. Now, according to financial statements, your salaries of your people go on the income statement and it's an expense, but they are actually your biggest asset. Now, if you retrench your employees too fast because you want to survive, how do you come back? How do you come back? There was a book written, Good to Great. And it was a study done over 20 years on the best businesses, good to great businesses. And what did they find out there? They found out that when you got an idea, when you have a business and you want to go push it forward and you want to build a business, you've got to get the right people on the bus. You've got to get the right people on the bus. That's number one. Because if you want to build a business, whatever it is, a restaurant, an engineering company, a hospital, whatever, a law firm, an accounting firm, whatever that business is that you want to build, you've got to get the right people on the bus. Okay? What was the second thing they found out? You've got to get them in the right positions. And this is what I keep teaching. You've got to have a vision, you've got to have a mission, you've got to live your greatness. But a great leader helps his people discover their greatness. How does he help them? He helps them become who they were born to become. So if you can help someone do what they were born to become, I call that design. If you help someone live their design, so you were born with greatness, you're born with ability, you're born with potential, and you want to do something in your life, right? What can you do? The best thing you can do is discover your design. What were you built for? And if you can discover your design, if you can understand your design, what were you built for to do, you're going to be you're going to be happy, you're going to be fulfilled because you're going to be doing something that you love. And number two, you're going to be productive. You're going to add value because you're going to be good at what you want. You're going to be good at what you do. And when you're good at what you do, you're going to learn more about it. You're going to be excited to learn and grow and become better all the time. Now, if you bring that to the workplace, remember, number one thing is get the right people on the bus. What is the right people on the bus? People with a great attitude. People that will go the extra mile. Okay? People that are loyal. And people that have ability. Those are the things you should be looking at. Now, imagine you had great people on the bus and they were loyal to you. They were going the extra mile for you. They had the ability to do the work. And because you are in financial issues, now you go and retrench those people. So that would be a bad business decision because the vision and the dream of your business hasn't changed. Yes, circumstances have changed, but the vision and the dream of your business hasn't changed, okay? And you're going to go through struggles, but your biggest asset of your business is your team. So you've got to look after that team because when it turns, you've got to have those people on the team, on the bus, in the right positions. So how do we handle this? How do we get through this? Number one, we looked at our business, and I didn't want to retrench anyone. I want to pay their proper salaries through April and May, the money that they always got. Okay, And that was something that we wanted to do. We wanted to commit to that. And I'm proud to say that we pulled that off. But what happened after that is now we started losing clients. We've started losing clients all the time. And what I did is I started getting out of a position of doing the job in the sense of reviewing financial statements, having coaching session with clients, going out and doing their clients' financial statements. I started getting myself into marketing, branding, and sales. Why do you think I do these Power Up 365? I speak about personal development. I speak about business. What do you think I'm actually doing? I'm building a brand. I want to add value to you in this video. If you can get one or two things out this video, I want to add that value to you. But in adding that value to you, I'm also getting my name out there. John Eliades, Power Up 365, the owner and founder of the IE International Group of Companies. And I say it over again, who am I? I'm John Eliades, Power Up 365, IE International Group. We build great businesses. I'm saying that all the time to you. What am I actually doing? I'm getting noticed. I'm getting noticed. So what happened was I chose not to get rid of my staff. I will do whatever I can not to retrench any staff. I will do whatever I can to pay their full salaries because they are the people that help me get the salaries. But was it easy? No, we couldn't pay people maybe on time. People were upset, but we did follow through. And at times, even my own staff had to come and say to me, hey, we don't know what's happening. What's going on? And I took it for granted. And I said, listen, I'm telling you guys we will pay your salaries. Didn't I tell you guys we will? But they were getting nervous and there was uncertainty. And will the firm survive? And I know that for any business to survive, it needs oxygen. And what is the oxygen of a business? It's revenue. But every week, we've started losing clients. Client phones, resigns. Client phones, resigns. And we are losing clients. Why? They're either cutting down the expenses, they're getting cheaper accountants. And this is what fascinates me. I could sit with you and coach you through the mindset of building a great business and never giving up. And they stop the coaching, they stop having the greatest accountant in the country helping them, because why do I say greatest accountant? Because we helped them get where they got to. And now when there's a bit of trouble, they start canceling that. Fair enough, right? But what I quickly realized is if the oxygen of my business is starting to go down, I need to up the oxygen. How do you up the oxygen in your business? You need clients. Number one, you need clients. And if you don't get new clients, the oxygen will get less. You need clients to start buying more. Now, really, in this circumstances, in this country, in the world right now, are clients really going to want to spend more? You know what clients should be spending more on right now? Marketing. That's what they should be spending on. Not more on my services as an accountant or as a success strategist. Yes, as a coach, a mentor, because you want to give up. You get a mentor, you get a coach to help you not give up. And we share the struggles. I sometimes say, I guarantee most people watching this video, I have more challenges every single day when I wake up. I owe more money than most people right now. We are building a business. We got so many businesses, so much interest, and I can guarantee you I have more challenges than most people. And that is why, well, why do I have that? One, I'm playing a big game. I am playing a big game. I want to be a billionaire. That is my goal. I want to be a billionaire. And how do I want to be a billionaire? I want to serve people. So you see, money is a result. Money is a result of your product or service. That's all money is. It's a result of your product or service. So what do I want to do is I want to build great businesses. So that means I've got to provide a great product or service to people. Why will people take your service? Because you need to solve a problem. I solve problems every single day. People phone me and say, listen, Johnny, we just started this business. How do I start it? How do I protect my assets? What should I do? Should I use a CC, which doesn't exist? Should I use a trust? Should I use a company? Who must be the directors? Who must own the shares? So we start protecting companies, because when you start building companies, your first thing is you've got to protect the company up front. You've got to get the foundation straight. Now, if you didn't get a coach in you, if you didn't get the right accountant in you, if you thought you knew better and you weren't willing to spend that little extra money to get that, you could build a great company and something could go wrong, like the COVID. Do you know how many clients I get phoning me now saying, thank you, Johnny, that you advised us to structure our businesses this way? Or at least we know we are feeling safe. So should the business fail, should we have to go down, we're not going to lose our homes, we're not going to lose our cars, we can carry on. We've got a chance to come back and build another business. And I never, ever give up. But there is something that I need to tell you. You see, when you are fighting to push forward, today I phoned one of my team members in one of the towns that we want to open, and I spoke to him and I said to him, listen, to survive, you might have to take 2 steps back in order to get 4 steps forward. You might have to do that. Because right now you've got to survive. You've got to look after the golden goose. What's the golden goose? It's the business. You've got to look after that business. And if you protect that business, I call it the shield and the sword. See, when we have an event called the Business Academy, where we build Spartans in business. If you want to be a Spartan in business, you can't always know how to fight with a sword. You can't always be tactful. You actually have to have a shield and a sword. See, when we build the structures of a company, of a business, and we use companies, we are bringing the shield in. We are shielding those assets. We are shielding that businessman. We are shielding that business, right? But there comes a time when you have to go and attack, when you have to use the sword and you have to go into attack. You have to gain territory. You have to get clients. You have to keep pushing forward. That's what you have to do. And you've got to understand when you use the shield and when you use the sword. Because if you use the sword all the time, you're going to get exhausted and you will be taken out. You will be taken out. But when you use the shield and you understand, I use the shield and the sword in business, that's the way you go forward. That's the way you go forward. So you need to understand that your people are your biggest asset. But there comes a reverse. As I was speaking today to the guys, I was saying, listen, how do you as an employee protect your job? How do you protect your job? If an employee is the greatest asset of a business, then how does an employee protect your job? And the way I like thinking of that is the way accountants and lawyers like to do their billing. You see, everything in life, every money you make happens within time. It happens within time. If I tell you I will give you R1 million within 10 minutes, that's a lot of money. If I tell you I'm going to give you R1 million over 20 years, that's not a lot of money. So you've got to know money happens within time. Okay. If you are an employee, what's the best thing you can do? You've got to focus. You've got to understand, is this where I want to be? And if this is where I want to be, I've got to be loyal. Okay. I've got to go the extra mile. I've got to have the ability. You've got to have those things. So if money and success is developed over time, it's the oxygen I can get within time, right? Within time, not over time, within time. So you have 8 hours. You have 8 hours in a day you want to work, right? 8 hours in a day. Now, what are you going to do? There's something called productive. How productive are you in those 8 hours? As an employee, how productive are you in those 8 hours? And if you are productive in those 8 hours, okay, that is great. So that means you arrive on time. You have a great attitude. You go the extra mile. You put up your hand for work because you want to be productive. What happens when you are productive in business? What happens to you? You start learning more, right? You are productive. You start learning more. You start learning more, because the more you do, the more you learn, either through fail or success. But if you keep pushing, you keep doing more, you are more productive. Now, out of that productivity, of the 8 hours, were you 8 hours productive? And if you were 8 hours productive, that's great. You've passed the first step. The second thing is, of your productivity, is it billable? Is it billable? Can you get oxygen into the business through your productivity? Does your productivity lead to billable? So sometimes you can be productive and you can be busy the whole day, but being busy doesn't mean it is billable. Okay, doesn't mean that it's aligned to the vision and mission. What you are doing, is it aligned to the vision and mission of the business? What you are doing, is it adding value to the customer? Is it solving the customer's problems, what you are doing? So you say, listen, I've got this time, but if you're only working and doing what's expected of you, but you're not going the extra mile and making sure that it's billable. Now, from billable, it must be invoiced. What does invoice mean? I must have the right to ask the client for money. I must have the right to ask the client for money, right? That I invoice that. And last thing, is it collectible? When I invoice, will I collect it? That means I'm doing service to a qualified customer. A qualified customer is a customer that can pay. Now, if you are an employee, and you are an employee and you bring this philosophy to the employee, if you're an employee and you accept this philosophy, one is, I got to be productive. Two, it must be billable. The difference between productive and billable is value, because the more value you offer, the higher the billable is, right? And from billable, can it be invoiced and can it be collected? Do you think if you have an employee, a team member on your company who is productive, and from that productivity, he can bill, he can invoice, and it gets collected, will you ever get rid of that person? Never, ever. You will never get rid of that person. Why? Because they become an asset. Why? Because they generate oxygen in the business. And oxygen is something for the vitality of a business. Without the oxygen, without revenue in a business, it will die. So when you start becoming an asset to the business, you secure your job, you secure the business, and you look after the business. So guys, I just wanted to share a bit of a business strategy with you guys. I hope that helps you guys as you guys are building your businesses. Should you guys want the I International Group to help you, either through coaching, where we're actually running these coaching sessions now where I can come and coach you one-on-one. We can do a coaching one-on-one with me, and we can do coaching for your team. And we can also go and look at your accounting, your strategy. Is your accounting in place? Is your strategy in place? Are you working for something that you can keep one day? Or are you working for something that when bad times comes, you're going to lose it? Are you all in the sense that if a business struggles, you also struggle financially in your personal capacity, and your family starts getting worried that they might lose their house? Why don't you structure your life around protecting your assets, so when you work for 20 years, 30 years, you can protect that? Thank you very much, guys. I hope that helps. This is John Eliades. I am the owner and founder of the I International Group of companies, where we build great businesses. Why don't you come to our website, www.ieint.com, contact me. Let's do a one-on-one coaching session, and let's see what we can do for your business, because I assure you, if you contact us, we'll take your business to a whole new level. Thank you very much, guys. Cheers. Bye.